Hello, Helen dear. We're getting on the plane right now. What? But it should be leaving at 8 p.m. Actually, we're going to Bermuda on an 8 a.m. flight, just us three. You won't get on that plane, ma'am. What? I have everyone's passports.
Trouble busters!
Hey there, Helen dear. When are you going to quit your job and become a full-time housewife, eh? No, I'm doing all the housework properly too, ma'am. My name is Helen, and I'm 27 years old and work at an advertising agency. I'm also a newlywed and just happily married to my husband, Max. I was able to take on big projects at work recently and received a raise in salary. My life, both professional and personal, was supposed to be going well, but... By the way, Helen, we're going on a trip overseas with my family next week. You're coming, right? Next week, ma'am? Such a sudden plan. Excuse me? You mean to tell me you don't want to go on a trip with me? That's not what I mean. Shit.
I'm home.
Hey, honey. I just got a call from Mrs. Smith. I was suddenly asked to go on a trip overseas next week, but...
What of it?
I have work to worry about.
Look, is work that much more important to you than family?
No, it's not.
Then it's settled.
Hello? Yes? Hello? Helen, dear, we're getting on the plane right now. What? But it should be leaving at 8 p.m. Actually, we're going to Bermuda on an 8 a.m. flight, just us three, as a family. Huh? Why are you doing this, ma'am?
Sorry, honey. This was my idea.
You did? Max, what the? That's terrible. I trusted you, of all people.
Why are you pretending to be a victim? Don't you know that you brought this on yourself?
What the hell? What in the world did I do?
Oh, probably getting promoted and making more money than me. Well, that's a bad thing.
So, because of that, you...
In the first place, you...
I knew that my mother-in-law hated me, but I had no idea that my own husband was also on her side, determined to get their revenge. I was very hurt. What saddened me the most was that my husband, whom I thought was my ally rather than my enemy, had fallen to the dark side. And I was working hard because I was thinking about my future with Max? But these are... unforgivable. Troublebusters initiate. Generally speaking, when a wife gets married, she joins the family and takes care of it by staying at home and doing the housework, dear. And yet, when it comes to you, Helen...
Moreover, you're so cocky that you're just riding on the waves of money you're making without ever trying to make my life easier.
Exactly. Darling Max here is really inconvenienced, and I feel so sorry for him. Ah, so that's why you're just going to leave me alone?
Jackpot!
By the way, how are you planning on getting to Bermuda?
Mom, how are you planning, she says.
Oh no. Don't you know that planes fly, Helen? Are you planning to go by plane? Why, of course. Because we're going to Bermuda, see? To Bermuda.
Well, only my family and I will be the ones going, though.
You won't get on that plane, guys.
What?
I have everyone's passports.
What?
Hey, Maxwell, don't tell me you didn't bring them. Our passports.
Wait, what? I can't find it anywhere.
No, you can't. As you can see, Max is rather forgetful, so I put all of your passports in my carry-on. Why didn't you check before we left?
I thought everything would be okay if I left it with Helen, and I just forgot.
It's become a big deal. If you cancel the day of the flight, full payment will be required, see? Oh, that can't be true, can it? After all, not only the reservations for the flights, but also for hotels and restaurants in Bermuda. That would probably leave you with a hefty bill. Don't say it like it's someone else's problem.
What's all this fuss about over here?
Oh, honey, no, it's nothing. Oh...
What's wrong, Dad? Didn't you say you were going to look around the tax-free stores until the time came? But I got worried about Helen, see? She didn't come with us after all, and it's almost time to board, right? Isn't she coming yet? No, well, I wonder, what do you think, Mom?
No idea. I hope she'll be here soon.
Is that so? Then how about we go and pick her up at the entrance?
Hey, Helen.
Yes?
Bring the passports now, right now. Why? Isn't that obvious? It would be a big problem if George found out that the trip had been canceled and still we had to pay for everything.
Huh? And still, you forgot your passports?
Anyway, you only have 30 minutes left, so hurry up.
No, because I can't go on that trip now, can I?
What are you on about? It's the wife's role to help her husband when he's distressed.
And looky here who's talking. Just get your ass over here as fast as you can.
No.
Are you saying it's okay for me, the person you love, to suffer through hardships?
Hell no, I don't care anymore.
What?
You both said you didn't need me, didn't you? Why should I deliver to those kinds of people, No, I hate that idea. I freaking hate that idea with a passion. But this and that are two different things. No, it's literally directly connected. Anyway, enough nagging now. You just bring our passports as soon as possible.
That's how it is. You better bring them, huh? You got that? Who are you talking to?
Hello? Mrs. Smith? What the hell? If you have time to call me, you have time to…
I just remembered something. You really went overboard with the hotels you reserved in Bermuda, didn't you?
None of your business. You aren't staying, so it doesn't matter to you, right?
A full course at a 3-star Michelin restaurant
included? God damn, that's definitely gonna be expensive. The cancellation fee? Shut the hell up. I am asking you to make sure that doesn't happen, all right? You just grab those damn passports and…
Hold on. That voice sounds like dear Helen.
Oh,
Mrs. Smith!
The hell do you frickin' want from me?
Wouldn't it be better to tell Mr. Smith as soon as possible? If you don't disinfect the wound while it's still shallow, you'll be in huge trouble, you know.
I don't need your damn advice. Just take care of the pass.
Wait, is it actually Helen?
Oh.
Mrs. Smith!
How long are you gonna pester me? I'm telling you to bring them now.
Aw, is that the attitude you have when asking someone for a favor?
Shut up! Shake a leg! Get your ass over!
That's definitely…
Oh.
There's a proper way to ask for something, you know?
What kind of frickin' fake invoice are you impersonating?
Oh, is that you, Mr. Smith?
Is that you, Helen?
What?
I would like to speak to your wife and son, sir, but could you be so kind as to put me on speakerphone?
Like this?
Are you there, Max?
What? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm such a cheeky wife who's trying her best balancing work and housework.
No. Huh?
I'm sorry. Just like you said earlier, I'm working hard at work, and I'm so cocky and successful in my career that I never once thought about making your life easier.
Hey, now just…
I'm sorry, honey, for being your wife who can't stand up for you despite never being protected when your mother abused me. I'm sorry I'm such an unwanted wife that you would rather leave her behind than bring her along on a family trip.
Stop it! Stop it! Maxwell? Yes, sir. Have you been treating dear Helen that way? No, Dad. No, you're misunderstanding. All I said is that I don't particularly enjoy the idea of my wife becoming successful and making more money than me.
Isn't that literally what I said? Mrs. Smith, can you hear me?
That's strange. I don't think I can hear you. The signal seems to be bad, so I'm hanging up now.
Nah, there ain't no problem.
After all, you haven't brought your passports with you, so I hope you and your son will do your best to pay for the full cancellation of the entire trip.
What? What do you mean? Oh, it doesn't matter if you're a little late. Just bring them quickly.
But didn't you tell me something else a few moments ago? I'm not exactly part of the family, am I? So I don't have any reason to go so far for you now, do I?
Even you? How dare you?
And what's wrong with that? Didn't I only speak the truth? That kind of thing is called bearing a grudge. Wrong. This is what it truly means to have brought something upon yourself. This is because you purposefully told me a lie about when the flight was, saying that you wouldn't take me on a trip because I wasn't part of your family. That's the underlying cause of my absence here. Hey, stop it. Shut up. Don't tell.
Not family? Told her a lie about the time of the flight?
Well, because, see, you know. See, I can't do anything to you, ma'am. You were the one who messed all this up.
I was wondering about how Helen never seemed to come, no matter how much we waited. Now I know the truth.
Wait a minute. Listen to me. There's a deeper reason behind all this.
Deeper reason, you say?
Yeah. In the first place, after a woman gets married, she should join his family and devote herself to her husband. However, when it comes to our Helen, she will never become a housewife. And what's more, isn't it a shame for darling Max for her to get promoted and make more than him?
That's right. How miserable I've become because I've seen you get promoted so much. You have no idea how hard it was for me.
Oh dear, my poor baby. Oh, but it's okay. Mommy will definitely protect you. So how about it? Seeing such touching love between a mother and her son, can you still get angry at us?
But of frickin' course I can. First of all, Maxwell. Yes, sir. If your mother was abusing our dear Helen, why didn't you stop her? You loved her, and you decided to spend the rest of your life together, right? That's because, well, it's all her fault.
Huh?
You've become more frickin' successful than me and act like it's all smooth sailing for you.
The hell is even that excuse? You're the one playing the goddamn victim here.
See, Dad? Even when I'm miserable like this, she stays so goddamn cocky. Who the frick are you calling cocky, boy? Where else would you find such an admirable wife who works so hard and gets promoted despite doing most of the goddamn housework? The only thing that makes you miserable is work, but you don't even try to do your best. It's your frickin' problem, boy. Mommy, help me!
George, don't tell me you're siding with Helen over your own son.
And as for you, Talia, the hell do you mean by after a woman gets married, she should join his family and devote herself to her husband? In the 27 years we've been married, tell me honestly, have you ever once done something for me?
I always gave you a present on your birthday. A hat, leather shoes, shirts. And haven't I given you a high-class watch just last year?
Yeah. It all went out in the storage shed out back the next day.
Why would you?
Why, you ask? How do you have the guts to say such things without even knowing my damn size?
Well...
I knew damn too well that you were just buying random things and giving them to me. You do the cleaning only once a week, I do the laundry, and I've always eaten ready-made side dishes from supermarkets. The hell do you mean by devoting yourself to someone when you join the family?
But that's...
Answer me! Helen, my dear, I'm so sorry for what Thalia and Maxwell have done.
No, please, Mr. Smith, please raise your head. Please, it isn't your fault, sir.
But still...
I would like Mrs. Smith and her son to apologize to me. And who the frick is going to apologize to you,
Nah, this woman ain't no 9-year-old gangsta. And I'll also never apologize to Helen. In the first place, if you hadn't had a better life than me, this wouldn't have happened.
Max is absolutely right. Even though you're his wife, she doesn't even look at her husband's face and sees the problem in his life. What What the hell do you think you're doing, huh? And in the end, you don't even listen to what your mother-in-law says and never move into the house to be a housewife. Understand yet? It's all your fault that everything's happened.
You apologize instead, huh?
What?
How can this come to that conclusion with the fricking story coming full circle, you pricks?
I'll do my best to protect my darling Maxwell, all right?
For real! I'm much happier being protected by Mom than by Helen or my excuse of a father.
Well, that's good, because from now on, you will be able to live with that loving mother of yours.
What?
After all, I'll just go back to my parents' house, and that house of yours will be sold as property division. You really don't have any choice but to live with your beloved mother, right?
Huh? I really don't understand what you're saying.
I'm telling you that your life with me is over.
In other words?
We're getting a divorce.
Divorce? Hey, you don't have to do that, Helen. See? Looks like we had some misunderstandings this time, but hey, if we talk, we could...
Over my dead body? What's the point? I now know all too well thanks to this incident. It seems like you don't need me whatsoever, and I don't need you anymore.
Now, wait a minute, honey. Please, not a divorce. I do need you, Helen, my love.
And I don't need you, Max. What a big frickin' bossy bitch. Maxwell's begging you to stay, and yet... May I ricochet those thoughtless words out of the park? Thank you. And didn't you say something too? You don't need a wife like me. That means you agree to the divorce, right? That's... Even you were laughing along with her when she said that, huh, Max?
No. See, well, a joke?
Yep, we're getting a divorce, all right.
Please, let's not go along with it, please.
No, we're doing it.
You want my apology, right? I'm so sorry. Hey, where did that pride in never apologizing go, huh? Right? Are you satisfied with this? Please, the divorce.
I never once said that I wouldn't divorce you if you apologized.
No way! This is too cruel, Helen!
And also, I will ask for compensation appropriately.
Compensation?
I mean, duh, against Mrs. Smith's psychological abuse and you two on this particular occasion. Now that we've gotten to this point, even I, with my unwavering patience and tolerance, have had it. Wait a moment. Oh, please don't make it so serious. Listen to me, ma'am. Since it's the last time, let me say this. If you had protected me, Max, this wouldn't have happened. And yet, what? Because I'm more successful than you? And you go running to mommy when I retaliate? Is that the behavior of a 28-year-old salaryman? Moreover, instead of trying your best, you do things that are holding your wife back. You should feel ashamed of yourself as a person.
And I'm telling you, I regret everything I did.
It's too late now. Up until now, I have always consulted you about your mother without giving up. But you never once listened to me properly. At the end of the day, this is what that culminated to, huh? How dare you speak that way to darling Max? The sheer audacity! This is why people dislike you. Well, looky here, Max. She looks just like you and talks a little too much. And Mrs. Smith, you're just as bad, you understand? What? I'm just as bad? For example, when you get a phone call from me, you say it's a hassle and thus never answer. Or, like Mr. Smith said, you're so sloppy with the housework. And you also spend a lot of money eating at expensive Michelin restaurants and high-end sushi places that are not the conveyor belt kind. Your spending sprees are very shameful, and what's more, you never save anything. Ugh. Hey, stop uttering these ridiculous lies, huh? I admit, I agree with what you said at the beginning, but later on, far too ridiculous.
Which one is that?
George, you could hear this?
I mean, duh.
Hey.
So, what does Helen mean, eh, Thalia?
What?
I trusted you and gave you my entire salary every month for the past 27 years. Don't tell me you spent it all without even saving for after retirement, huh?
Well, that's... well...
How about it, eh?
I'm so sorry. From now on, I'll make a change and start saving up properly.
That won't be necessary.
What? Then you can use it as I like, just like before.
Is your bird brain in the frickin' clouds, woman? I'm divorcing you, too.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Listen to me. You and I are getting divorced.
Seriously?
Darn right, seriously.
How serious?
As serious as the ancestral light from the stars reaching our retinas.
What? Oh, that's literally billions of light years of seriousness. And what's more, you said it in an unnecessarily romantic way. Oh, that makes me even more pissed.
Because of that, I will also demand alimony from you.
No, wait a minute. Why do I have to be charged too?
Huh? On the contrary, how can you believe you can avoid being charged? You've been spending all of my salary for 27 years, see?
But George, aren't we a couple?
Can you make that into the past tense, please? I never thought that such dark history would be uncovered at this age.
Wait, please. I've never worked before. I won't be able to live if I get divorced.
You were saying such brain-dead things to Helen so arrogantly. You do something about the rest of your pathetic life.
You...
After that, both my father and I filed for divorce on the same day and slapped each of them with demands for alimony and compensation. Both of them were stubborn through to the end that they didn't want to get divorced, but when I told them that it would cost more money if we took it to court, they gave in and signed the forms and the divorces were finalized. I sold my house, as I said I would. Max lost his place to live and tried to return to his parents' house, but his father declared he would disown him. He's now unable to return to his parents' house, and now he lives alone in a leaky, dilapidated apartment. His mother now seems to be working hard at her part-time job that includes accommodation, but she's also living a life of struggle, being yelled at by her younger bosses every single day. Up until now, she's been living her life as one big spending spree, so I can only say that it's her own fault that she's having trouble paying her share of alimony. As for me, ever since I divorced Maxwell, my work has been going even better. Thanks to the success of the project, I've now been further promoted to a very nice position. I would like to find new love too, for the rest of my life. Trouble Busters!